Hey Forrest, I wanted to jump on here real quick and just give an update on the Wessler meeting the other day. It's a long video. The first part of it is the council meeting, and then it goes into the Wessler's preliminary report. So it's not their final report. The council is trying to get this information into the hands of the citizens so that you guys have at least a little bit of time to make comments and give feedback on what you guys would like to have. And so they do that presentation, and then they have a lot of questions and answers, and I've tried in the video to kind of give a topic of the different questions that are given. And so take a look at that. It's full of information. They only have until July 10th to make their first answer once funding kind of comes in. So they're going to get the rate study. They did hire a firm to do a rate study that's outside of our cap, and so that was approved that night at council. And so they'll get the rate study, and then they'll go after funding, and that's going to tell you how much your bill's going to go up, what kind of grant money you're eligible for, but you really only have 30 to 90 days to get that funding. Where over in, I think, Alger, they have a couple years to get funding for their project. And so it makes a big difference. You're in a time crunch, but time is of the essence to contact your council members. Contact Derek Hastings. He is very willing to hear from the citizens. We will have his email and phone number there. And council wants to hear from you guys. They are trying to get this information out to you guys so that you can feedback the options. So real quick, the lagoons are going to get fixed. That's what you're under the Ohio EPA. They're going to modify them a little bit, kind of make them a two-step process, and then the ideal is to put a mile of piping out to the Blanchard River so that you can dilute your effluent, which gives you a bigger range of numbers, like ammonia numbers and stuff at the other end, because you're diluting it in the river. Right now, you're in a low flow, no flow kind of ditch situation, and so it's very stringent on that effluent. The three sewer collection options that you have are: one, they're looking at going with an outside company. Airvac's not been doing very well. The outside company can come in, kind of replace your pumps and the alerting system, so maybe you can get to the shutdowns a little bit sooner, maybe put in some more valves so that the whole system doesn't go down. But you're still working with a tough system that's still going to get cracks and air leaks in it, and I think they're going to have a additional manpower to hire to maintenance that system, so that's going to be an additional cost. So the upfront cost for that system is very low, but you have yearly maintenance and costs that accumulate with that system, and then it's somewhat unreliable. The next system is a low pressure system where they put in smaller pipes and they use grinders, so your sewage goes out of your house and through a grinder, and the grinders all join together to pump the sewage out to the lift stations and into the lagoons. That's kind of a medium cost. It works really well, other than the city will pay for the first pump or the first grinder, and then another grinder in 15 years. If it goes out in between those 15 years, that cost is going to be on the citizens. If you're really nice to your grinders, they'll last longer. If you're really rough on them, then you may be replacing them every 4 or 5 years. So that's at a cost of like $2,000 to $3,000. So that's something to think about when you're looking at that grinder system. The other one is the gravity system, which is a huge upfront cost. It has huge construction where they'll be tearing up the roads and digging down into the ground to put in these pipes. And so that's kind of a long system, but it has no maintenance. I mean, very little maintenance, 50 years out, where you're going to be able to flush your toilets. You're going to be able to, you're not going to hire a new person to work on it because your manpower is sufficient now. The lift stations that are needed are easily maintained, and but it is a huge upfront cost. So there's a chart in there that shows you the estimated cost for each of those three systems, and then what it looks like 50 years out. And once you get 50 years out on those three systems, you can really tell that they're really not that much different from each other, because the gravity system cost is up front, and then it has very little to no additional costs. So those are things that council really needs to know. This, like I said, can make or break forest. You know, you have to have reliable sewers. You have to be able to flush your toilets, especially if you want businesses to come in and join into that. You got to have a working system, which the lagoons should be working after this project is done. And you don't want your bills to be too high. So it's a lot of pressure on council. You have until July 10th to feedback. Like I said, Derek wants to hear from you. All the council wants to hear. So comment on these videos, comment on the forest page, let your questions, you have questions, you have comments, let them know so that they're making the best decision for the citizens who are going to be paying the bill, and frankly the ones who can't flush their toilet right now. So good luck, forest. Get involved. This is a unique opportunity that you've been presented with this additional information up front. So make the best use of it, and we will see where it goes from here. All right, thank you.